Ras Igie for his mercies. Give thanks to Empress Menin for her guidance and protection in this hour. We have now presents Ancient Ras Igie. Ras Igie, can you really introduce yourself?
Yeah man, blessed love and give thanks for life. And we are here today. I, Ras Igie, the holistic healer, the indigenous Rastafari professor also, with Ras Flako up on the Rock of Rose Heights and a mountainous region, so I call it the Rock of Rose Heights. Give thanks.
Give thanks, Rastafari. Now, Ras Igie, what time did you set up, what age did you set up Rastafari in your tradition?
Well, you know, Rastafari is actually an inborn concept. So we know, say, everything started within before it could be visible. So the within begins at school age. 15, 16.
Okay. Early.
Them age, yeah, very early. We are one of the earliest set of youth them become the revolutionary in the classroom against the system, you know. Now come with head. The texture of the ear of the head, that woolly texture, you know, comb can't much go through it. So it was against the comb thing from them time there.
So who did you see at that time who wore dreadlocks?
Well, you know, we actually born and grow within the community of Canterbury,
Okay.
North Gully. So you know, Priest Brown, drumming and talking of Rasta.
See.
But one of the most striking feature of our ancient Rasta man that we see we always admire every Rasta else was Iyah.
Oh, Ashley.
Ashley I.
See.
Because him did rest up now over in a where you call poor house.
Poor house. Right.
Over in the jungle. We are cave when there.
See.
So when we at those tender age was about say 6-7 years of age, you know. So when we squander more time at holidays, so we gonna shoot bird, we end up over poor house because there was only what you call redwood tree.
Okay.
So you know parrot time, they feeding at them area
Oh, getting berries.
Yes, so when we go over there now and shoot bird now, we first know we buck Iyah now. We have to look for Iyah.
Right.
Iyah will come out and run me and say, leave my creation alone. So we just say a bird we are shooting and trouble. He says, it's my creation.
See.
So we not to take no life. So from this on now we start to observe Iyah.
Okay.
And when they say then where Iyah live, we say Iyah gone at the rock.
Oh. So I never have a gate?
No.
No shanty?
No. So and basically I never know that it was true the Coral Garden incident why him resort to the cave.
So how was Iyah? Describe Iyah or his appearance, how him look.
Well, true we as youth were growing at the ghetto, we not so much of the kind of fear there.
Okay.
Because we did a see Rasta and a hear Rasta. But when we see a man appear from out a cave, you know, because a cave to me look like it's a scared in place.
See.
Maybe we are think of snake and whole heap of things that could bite you and you're sinking of some sinkhole. But when we say, Iyah come out of the cave now, we say, what? And him say, I feel him take up that.
He have crocus back clothes or him wear?
No,
What kind
he
of clothes
was
had?
no shirt
No shirt?
and a piece of pants
Okay.
cut off.
He have him rod?
And him have him big towel
Okay.
and him rod. But through and take up now, he never come out with him going out tradition.
See.
So we realize even though him a rush we was peaceful.
See.
So he would have did it with me and he would have say if we want to taste all in eye shop.
What do you mean by that?
So him is a man now who was fruitical.
See.
So he cut up him thing and we watch him all while him cut up and him scrape, him use Babylon knife, him cut him one hood knife
See.
and him scrape a spoon and fork and set up him eye shop.
No fire?
No fire. And we taste so we realize it was a peaceful man.
Okay.
So we love go shoot bird or go on like we are shoot bird up at Iyah place all the time. For Iyah strike.
See.
That we and Iyah can roll a 1-2. So from the Iyah the first striking feature of a ancient Rasta.
You saw.
We see, yeah,
So what motivated you to live in the hills?
well, even at that early stage as Rastafari, we end up called rebellious children in school. And true to the era where we grew up, you know, you have people of other community, even upper Rose Heights, so we did move from Gully North Gully after the Great Water Flood.
Okay.
After the Karagana incident, I think it is said here, the end of the year, that was that great flood.
See, remember that time.
Right, and most of the people migrated now to this area.
But it was here in Rosa was not populated at the time.
No, it was same trees like where Iyah them did there. The
Okay.
birchwood and the logwood and the long mango.
Forest area.
Yeah, it was a forest area.
Okay.
And we resort to the area, but we realized that Rasta man was actually coming in this area.
So
It was
it was-
after the visit of His Imperial
It
Majesty.
was in
to
Rosa
Jamaica.
Hills you took up or you took up another hills?
No, within the Rastafari tribe, we left us so now when we sight up fully now.
Okay.
As I was saying, that the inborn concept of Rasta begins within
See,
till the visible.
true.
So I did just give you a synopsis of the inborn. Inborn in parents' house,
The inner self.
yes, and we see that it will be a threat to grow the visible.
Okay.
So
okay.
we did also keep it with man like college, Stanbury,
You know them.
yeah, because Stanbury they go Cornwall,
See.
and college, Danny Morris,
True.
they go Cornwall. I really threw away as you would sit down and was trying to figure out the inner self.
Okay.
And what we say, so we read the Bible and we begin to talk and say, oh, we see the thing.
So as you mentioned the Bible, what passage can you remind us of where you get inspiration
Well, we get a little inspiration from a music where this brethren Counters
from?
Mystic Revelation always do an album called
Foundation.
Foundation.
Okay.
That was our Bingy album as a youth. I never know about Naya Bingy at
See,
this time.
see.
So we play the music, listen, and Counters did have a music say, Funde,
Yeah.
Repeater, and who is this man, Marcus Garvey?
Okay.
John the Baptist in a different veil, and we always realized that that was the only music that was like a teaching type of music. Everything else I sing to your dance. But the music they come in like it put you to sit down and listen.
True.
That was actually a talking.
See.
You know,
See.
and tell you about that the conference went up into a chair and Mussolini get up and says,
History.
yes, in the gear history, so
See.
we wonder what is that going on, but we are listen carefully and learn it like a song.
True.
And him say, you struck the match in Africa, but it shall burn all you
You was wondering who did that?
Yeah.
Who this person?
Yes, so we realize now, say, wait, Haile Selassie is the Christ.
Okay.
John the Marcus Garvey now we say John the Baptist.
Okay. From that early age.
From that early age. But the real strike now is that, you remember them look up cassette tape,
Yes.
flat one. Remember them early days, they never know about tape. And anything I get to you, you know, police will beat you up and take it.
And take it, of course.
If you wear a gold chain, where you get it.
Yeah, because
If you put gold teeth in your mouth, them want to lick it
yeah, it's
out.
bad man.
Yeah, if you wear a dark glass, them want to take it off.
True, true.
And if it is gold, them want to harass you for it. If you wear a ring, you're in trouble.
Yes.
So when we get our little tape now, we have to hide it, because if you walk with it on road, police would have beat you up.
So where you get it from? You're not working.
Alright, so one of the brethren in college get a tape from foreign. So him say, Rasta, we get a tape, you know, when we go tape on it. He said that we go a dance and music, and remember we are children in parents'
True,
house,
true,
you know, we can't go down.
No,
Right?
no.
So he said, come and tape something.
Okay.
And when we tape the thing now, he come to me with the count as a chant.
Oh,
Say, boy, Haile Selassie is the Christ return and him can't dead, him conquer dead.
True.
Christ die and crucify and
resurrect.
at his eternity. And Marcus Garvey, you know, say, tell jail door, say, when we go through, he can't open.
No
So-
matter man can go in there.
Yes, I realize, say, boy, must be a great prophet.
Exactly.
So when we done talk the night, Ras Flako, big and serious. The morning is the brethren run come to me and say, Ras Igie, news flash. What? They say, what? News flash? News for the radio say Haile Selassie dead.
Oh.
And he said, we seen it last night. God, yeah, just last night say Haile Selassie can't dead.
See, most propaganda.
Most propaganda, and this so they know we dey get within.
That's 75.
Right. But remember, we dey come from earlier.
Yes,
you know.
to that.
But this so is when the visible actually stand out. The visible did start early and then pressure we say we don't get no work, we don't work list. So we will have to go trim to please parents and go look a little work, but the Rastafari concept still there.
See.
But at that time now, the visible show him more say, you talk something, I want something happen, so something ordinary
It's power.
about to. Yeah, something ordinary about to know.
Yeah.
Cause
Special.
oh, you thought that last night.
And it manifests next day.
And it manifests next day. So it's saddle up.
Seen.
Yes.
Don't prepare yourself.
Yes.
Seen. Okay, we want to find out now when you go in the Muslim Hills, what did you do? Did you grow your own food? What was the case like?
Well, after we started to try Rasta, visible.
Yes.
We get so serious in the chat that the ital livity they now coming away that we start bun.
Yeah.
So we bun shop.
Bun pot.
And we didn't reach a pot yet. We bun shop.
See, bun salt.
We bun salt. We take time a bun. We
Yeah.
bun butter. We bun milk.
See.
And we take time bun.
Exactly.
Till we realize the boy look like nothing left we bun around here. You know? So we realize the people in my market coming like a iniquity work and then rub up for sell food. So
Yeah, use oil.
yeah, so we go realize reading now food from thy own vineyard.
Biblical.
It's sweet to the soul and to steal from thy bread it is bitter to the belly.
See.
And so we realize now say boy we have to go find a way now to step out. So we realize we can't learn a trade. Cause I did get a work at airport. You know.
Okay.
Them say I have to trim. I did get to go backside as a youth. Them say I have to trim. So I realize I not trim, I covenant again.
True.
So right away now we get short of the society. We try to learn a trade, but I have to trim. Because we don't even have a strand here under the trim. So them time they will put on the hat
See.
and hide the natty.
See.
So I want the check say it's a sweet boy. But when you lift up the hat it's a different thing.
Yes, it's a lion.
Yes. So basically now we realize that nothing around here for me. So we decide now we have start go on the road. 1 and 2 brethren start sell peanut.
Okay.
Ital nuts.
Self-reliant.
Yes, and 1 and 2 brethren orange and banana. So I went start at orange and banana on the roadside. That even them time the police would have look on we as youth and say, boy, me give thanks to the young
doing
youth them doing something. Rather than a criminal. But the society at a whole undermine us as workplace. Why? Because them say, boy, if you go a good school, turn workplace Rasta, look when they up on the road. Because their expectation was supposed to be a lawyer.
And to get a job,
and get a
regular
nice,
job.
Yes. I did as a college man, good day, and then we end up now self.
As a normal person.
Yes, and
according
they
to
have
them.
this brethren named Zoo. They sell a craft market. He was a college youth, you know. And him end up a sugar and cat.
That make it worse.
Because from your go cook sugar and cat, a balawu boy, and to sell sky juice.
Yeah, that make it
But
worse.
it was the rejection from the society, and we decided so we now go rob and thief. So we're going to
Self-reliant.
Yeah.
Out of yourself.
Yeah.
Creativity.
So the system start fight, and we realize no employment, the local survival there was more like a hand to mouth. Then the tradition now, with the higher tall tradition now, till we say we burn leather boat.
Oh yeah.
We did usually play football,
College
you know, wadada, you know. And we have on the football boot, and we dey beat the leather. But we always say we have beat the leather.
See.
And we hear the boot, but at reach a time where we say, oh, burn leather.
You don't eat flesh.
No. And we know even when Naya Bingy time now, we don't even play the drum. Because we say a dead skin.
True.
Ital. So we was one set of Ital youth coming like we were like trouble to Rasta too.
Yes,
Because
yes.
these look
We reject all these
them
things.
now when the ancient water and them man they lay the foundation. You they come no boy, you now beat you. Oh, you they jump to the jump.
So as you mentioned water, what was he like? Give you a fullness of Bongo water.
Well, when we reside to the hills, as youth now we decide say we have to eat our own vineyard. We burn Babylon and out a road. We even go box some ancient Rasta youth where we could even eat out of them bash.
So Ital?
Oh, him so Ital. Because he must say, why we can't eat out of your bash and we Ital? Him said, yeah, them walk from Babylon tar.
So you know Ital no more?
You know Ital as long as you walk from Babylon road. You can't, you know Ital.
See.
Them the man they trod up on iration.
Yes.
And the man they live in a bamboo house, sleep in a bamboo trash. Some of them man they do even wear clothes.
You sleep in a hammock.
Ital. Ital.
But there was a time when you don't wear clothes either.
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, before we even reach the so Bongo water now, those ital trad now in the hills now, but I and I reform now to the Naya Bingi order.
Oh, okay, as a purity.
As a purity. So when we reach the Bingi flames now, we were like a flames in set of out, because we done a burn Babylon. So it's when the Bingi could have carry I and I out of the jungle.
You find a good place to come.
Yes,
to celebrate.
yes, because everything under fire from I and I.
See.
So some of we gonna bird heights.
See.
I want the left to fly.
See.
That when I and I examine these things, we are say, if it wasn't for our food, road do not see we again.
Okay.
So 1 and 2 man who shot the road now would have get the food and sustain the one them who burn the road.
See.
And not touch pan
Make a
Babylon.
balance.
Yeah, so we balance them one day, even though we can't eat out of them bash.
True.
Some man would have put on a banana bark as them clothes.
See.
Because the crocus bark when kind of look scratches to certain skin. So the banana bark, like how you see changa.
Yeah man, yeah man.
And when they trad them,
On
they
nature.
trad them, but in a hills, they not trad pan road.
True.
Yeah, I see.
Him not come on road neither.
No, them man they not come a road in a them Iowa there. But I and I now realize even though few people them did a fight, we have to come look for them now and again.
Because you love them, see.
Yeah, but them know say we alive.
True.
We well. And we good. But we did lock road for at least 2 years.
Good.
And
That's
not
a good
touch
time.
road.
That's a good time.
And I now wear clothes.
See.
And I locking at the vineyard. That was the time now where we come in like with a fly. So we close.
Serious eyes to reach.
Yeah, we close that to nature. That birds are come down, come walk around us. Bird that come pitch palm me. Bird that give it the movie in the hill, so we don't miss the movie. Very unique
Yeah,
style.
man,
Bird
style,
that fly before you now move. Put them beak in one another, kiss and go up and cup. Just give you exhibition in the hills. So the nature there was connected to us. So we realized that our lifestyle bring us close to the divine majesty.
Naturally.
Yeah, it give us that pure calmness. So the fight what we did get out of Babylon now, it's nothing.
Okay.
We find the fight make us find ourselves.
It's a victory of good over evil.
Yes, so sometimes them say disappointment is all
good.
So we did see how they work out. While them a fight we, if they end the fight we will not find this.
Okay, that joy
yes,
of
so
self.
when them fight we let them find the joy of self. How you could live without Babylon and him system to pressure you mentally.
Well, that's the ancient trad.
We never have to go to pipe. We have a spring. We never have to light a gas stove.
See.
We have wood.
True.
Yeah, I see. And we never have to worry about supermarket. We have the vineyard.
Yeah, the vineyard.
Yeah, I see. And we don't have to worry about radio.
See.
Because we have nature.
Yes.
And the things in nature, we realize that when you go close to nature now, you becomes satisfied.
So how you shelter from rain?
Bamboo.
Oh, okay, but one touch?
Yeah, we cut the bamboo and you twist it and cap it and make the roof and make your place a natural ground.
So you don't leak?
We no leak.
Okay.
And we catch the rainwater and we have we spring.
Okay.
So we were well comfortable. And banana trash was one of the warmest bed. Because it used as like a cover. When you sleep in banana trash, you don't need a sheet to cover.
Okay.
It's that warm. Everything is so warm and comfortable in nature. So we find that peace and that love and tranquility of the Most High within ourselves now by turning to nature.
So you stay 2 years in the hills?
2 strict years, and that 2 strict years bring us now to a higher divine level of consciousness to the Most High.
Sure.
So them time they know we don't even wear shoes and beat leather. It was a portion of iron.
Seeing.
Some of us die through the eye.
We can remember your life now. With the eye.
Stiggy. You know Stiggy they look youth, them usually play for Wadada from flank.
See.
Them youth there. Was there, you have a youth named Iyah son. You know? You have one youth named Imble. Them man there today, if you see them you couldn't believe so them man they have a height life.
Oh, them change up.
Yes. You have all them man they usually wear a high cost bag.
See.
You have Garvey.
You know Garvey?
Yes, Garvey was one of the ital man we born road to.
True.
You know see, the man there in the hills. The man they didn't even have a concept where he must say him don't even use iron fork or slave tool and pick a machine.
So him use dig?
But Him let me run from hills faster than how I go in.
Why?
Because when I go on there and him say him no use iron fork as slave too, so I say, oh, they eat from the vineyard. Because we did over a different hills.
See.
So sometimes I left hills
I'm
and
gonna
go
check
check other brethren in the other hills.
See.
And abide with them for
A while.
few days. And I see
Yeah,
it.
man.
So when we reach all the hills and now the man say, if I not reading of the prophecy say, others sow and others reap.
Oh.
So I feel go and go reap what them people they plant.
No. That's a mentality.
Yeah. And I say, oh, if you go reap what the people them plant and the people them vineyard. Him say, you not read prophecy. Christ say, others will sow and others reap. So them sow and I if you go reap.
So you're going to reap inside.
I come out of these faster than how I go.
It's problem, not true.
I say, you feel like you want people chop me up.
Mm-hmm,
Because home if you go reap what people plant. I not study prophecy.
No,
Did they interpret it wrong?
Yeah, the philosophy wrong.
But him they say, so he go. And
So-
that name so.
I saw him live.
So him go cut the people them things. And dig the people them things. But one would call it stealing. But
exactly.
he use prophecy to justify for
What him a
himself
do.
what him a do. So I man say I don't agree, so I man shift up.
True.
And them man they know them time that them no hungry money.
Or exchange?
Them just deal with the vineyard.
Okay, food.
Yes, and shot from hills to hills on them food. That
Sustain
white
themselves.
people those days was early days of the 70s, you know.
Oh.
Where they seek Rastafari.
Oh, yeah, the hippie
Them
time.
come in with all suitcase of money, you know, brethren.
Okay.
And half fight a man bun money. And white man and him bag of money. That all the bingy man when go make the chant. Fire white boy with your bag of money. Give me Jaja love.
Yeah, no silver gold.
So it wasn't no joke thing, you know.
True. The reality.
Man come with suitcase of money and man bunny man
pay up.
money and fi just fi tell me about Rasta.
Okay, that's the price.
And man said, give me your love. I'm going with your bag of money.
Well, that is a good philosophy still, you know.
Aya. Man gone with them suitcase of money.
But they show you the heights a man reach. That
So
I want.
I some man rich.
Because money can't buy this.
Money can't buy this. I give you the free word.
See, you know, no price.
No price. I tell the I. That one I tell me, I say, boy. He come in like it's a Judas thing. If you go so I say, oh, give me the bag of money.
That's a traitor.
Man, a prophecy for cramp you too, you know.
Yes.
Come on, they tell you, say, remember that prophecy with Elijah.
A pure Bible time.
Yes. When man go, tell man, say, me I go baptize you and bring the whole of the riches. And man cut round corner, go run, go cut round the
And
man.
him dead.
And go tell him, say, yo, master, say, give me something, you know. And then a joke him when they
Yeah,
run.
yeah.
And him take it and master say, yes, as that leprosy suck
Yeah,
on,
man,
shall
yeah,
suck
man.
on to you.
True.
So there was so many Bible
To
prophecy
keep you straight.
that was living in the reality of the Rastaman life. You know.
So, Bingi, what do you see in this time? Since you mentioned, we're just trying to do a comparison.
Yes.
Have you tried from that time to this time? When you come to the heights of liberty.
You know, say, big and serious, Ras Flako, when I man observe the time, it's like, say, you reach all a stage where also man did that born Bible. Yet it when start out and I within the child, you know.
True.
But when I observe these things what they go on, I man have to draw for the prophecy again.
Same Bible.
Because we did don't learn it and studied it very careful because it was our comfort in those years when we drunk in the jungle.
Yes, you don't
'Cause
want.
we never have no radio to listen. So when we read the Bible, it coming like we gone straight in them time there.
You live in the Bible.
And
days.
live in the Bible years. You know see, so it was like I comfort when we communicate within ourselves with history. Because there was not no book about Haile Selassie in those days. You know.
Okay.
We have to read about the king, you know. I just straight from the Bible and
True.
we inner self and vision, you know. Because man, we all come live, we live. And we say, oh, you know that. Him say, I see it within myself.
Okay.
So we say it was inborn. So it's like the generation there, and yeah, was like a chosen generation.
From those early days.
From those days, we trod with the Most High. So it's like we compare it now with prophecy. We say, when the Most High look upon earth among the children of men, to saw that there was none that no eyes.
See.
He said, behold that there was not one.
See.
They are all backward and gone.
Yeah, they're gone
Yeah.
astray.
And it goes further now because say, behold, the Most High is in the generation of the righteous. So we realize the generation there and yeah was the generation of Haile Selassie the first.
You can see the true liberty.
Because it was the king Iyah, and it's these ancient who declared the king from in the depths of the sea,
True.
in the belly of the beast.
And through biblical realms.
Yes, so we could have say we were the new generation now, we're born at that time. We come take the mantle from the Asian.
See.
That when we start flowing into Nyabingi now and pass the road and say, yo, you know, say Nyabingi the chant fire. And man, no for we never even know about Nyabingi.
So what to receive there when they tried it? Or what to?
Well, you know, say,
Right.
within the West, the Nyabingi that got through a heap of fight. We know ne child Rasta yet, but what would I give you history of his time?
Okay.
From Trenchtown or Babylon, Machine Gun and Pinnacle, Bongo Eddie, Prince
yes.
Emmanuel Chad and
See.
them Chad. So basically now, we now realize, you know, it's man like Bongo Joe, Goji,
Oh, yeah, as patriarch.
and Roddy Father there.
Okay,
Bongo
Bongo
the
Nuxie.
man they now receive the land across the south and the introducing of a tabernacle. Mobile.
See.
That was the first rights to land and a tabernacle. Everywhere else coming like
First tabernacle in Jamaica too.
right, officially settled. So at this, so they know what about the early now 80s, when the 70s are sealed up.
Seeing.
Even the 70s was like a prophecy era.
Revelation time.
Yeah, when them say Marcus Garvey say, you know,
Yeah.
blood a go run
Yeah,
and head a go roll and some prophecy they roll with the 2-7 splash and yes. So when the sealing of the 70s and Haile Selassie shift the scene now, Rasta man get stronger. Rasta youth get powerful. The music start flow. Everything just get up.
Yeah, man, the 70s are serious.
Like say it was a typhoon, tidal wave, then go rake up.
Seeing.
And go say Rasta God dead.
What?
And
Yeah.
Bob say, what? Rasta your God is dead. Fooling them man. Say that Rasta your God is dead.
So we just rise up.
I mean, it just rise up.
Yeah.
It's like a
Every man
thunderstorm.
just get up and say, yeah.
It
and
rake up,
so it
man.
go.
And the fire start burn. And the bingy start chant.
Yeah, man.
And the fire get up.
It's a good idea.
It was a good idea. And then now we as young youth now, when we are jumping bingy, when we see Bongo what one in roll out in nothing. We say, yes.
They lie on that.
Patience of days, because them time there, it's like you could have used the locks and mark the dispensation of time.
Of course.
But we realize that you could have some black pepper green head come now
Yes.
when him a live 20 years in a Rasta and
Him
what like a 1 inch
just
no grow yet. Yeah, I see it. So when we look on the ancient now, we say yes, that the ancient could have sit down and nobody even rap bingy them time then.
Seated.
Because them see the youth them now. And them say,
Or take it over.
yes, them say it's like them one that say where so much ants come from.
So as I mentioned in Big Gate, tell me the significance of the Nyabingi tabernacle, the altar and the fire key. What that mean to the eye?
Well, symbolically, you have the inner fire of the tabernacle,
See.
which is the purification. They keep things calm.
True.
And you have the judgment fire,
Which outside.
which is the outside. Where when they fire the light, is like say, as I and I say, we did a burn fire upon Vatican and Rome.
See.
So we resort to the hills.
True.
So the fire was the burning judgment against our leading and oppressor.
True.
The oppressed I and I, because I who feels it knows it.
True.
So I and I, the Rasta, and feel it as a youth. But the testament of the elders before I could have make our tears run from I and I.
See.
Their generation within the 50s and the 60s was that the citizens of the country and the men and people them fight them.
Rise up against them.
With the forces thereof. But I and I now, as youth now, we when get to go through classroom and go through certain local. Because enough of we are go through gangster stage
Yes,
to as
yes,
youth, you know.
yes,
That way we naughty is like the gangster them now where even say Babylon is against them, so it's only the Rasta man.
Yeah, them can, as them friend.
Because Priest Brown was a man where in the center of North Gully.
True.
And right there, so the ghetto youth them grow.
Yeah, man, them grow and build.
And him was the man who preached the gospel
See.
of Haile Selassie to the gangsters.
True.
That every one of those youths heal Haile Selassie the
Yeah.
first.
Of course.
And put on them covenant.
See. As a respect.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know
Livity.
say right now this is true, but we have a lifestyle where Babylon they don't fight.
See.
But at this so the Rastafari gospel change. Lot of the youth them where that say a gangster youth,
Yeah, man.
to the liberty of Rastafari. That them could have put on certain things.
Yeah, man, them put on the machine, man. Come clean.
And yes, and walk the step. So we could have even walk the step. But we get enough brutalization because through enough of them youth there, when gangster out there, grow the natty, Babylon target I and I who as young youth who carry the covenant.
See, everybody's the same.
Yes. So we get whole heap of beat up.
Innocent.
And innocent. And even charge for innocent charges because of we looks. A man will say, I say, boy, from me look how you look like you kill 6 people already.
Yeah, so we have to take you in a custody.
Yeah. And final charge give if you can't find none to free me.
Yeah, you can't go free.
And a man would look pan you and say, me find a ganja seed pan you.
Oh, terrible time.
You're gone.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of youth were going to prison innocently for a stick of ganja. The prison were full enough young youths because they were trying to get a criminal record against Iyah.
Right.
And take Iyah off the street.
As best they can.
That is why Rasta went come love Michael Manley.
Okay, to free it up.
Because he was the man who come to Mobi and stop the violence.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cool it down and let man and man could sit. That is the first Prime Minister burn chalice.
Of course.
And say me they burn the chalice, you know.
Yeah, as an example.
As an example. So therefore, the eye them to burn the chalice together and unite.
True.
So when we see that, we just throw away that hatred.
See.
And the love, they just come in and man start burn chalice.
Really?
Together. And live together as one. And from this on now, we move now to a more higher era where we say that Prime Minister help see the sufferation where the youth them did go through and break the ban. When him go say, free all first offense youth for ganja.
So what you say about the Rastafari movement today and the administration?
Well, as I when they said before, as they have asked the question, how we see the changes and things, we realize, I did say, the generation there was chosen. So it looked like, say, it come to a close where the generation, they know, as Rasta did rise and say, we born dead.
See.
And we trample over grave and coffin box, we know, go a funeral and them thing there. So we realize them Asian, they know, we pass on the gospel, they know, starting to drop out.
Oh, so we look within it now.
So man say, wait, how they go and make man drop out when we born dead?
Oh man say, when you're dead, you're sinning.
Yeah. A whole heap of them thing they go on, because if we talk the history of how the trad cut to where it reach now. But where it reach now, I could say it is more knowledgeable and understandable within the divine creator in his theatical trad, which is the person of Haile Selassie, and the concept of the Most High. Because we would have used the concept of the Most High as so spiritually and so non-existent within the world.
See.
It's more like nature.
More divine.
Yeah, but Haile Selassie as the person trod within the statical world.
As a human being.
As a human being. So we now come have more knowledge to understand how to bridge the gap between the spiritual realms and the physical realms.
Physical man. God in flesh.
So man would say Rasta boil down. Come down off of certain things and get suffer.
Well, man would say rehabilitated.
Because man would say Rasta never did that deal with that. And no Rasta deal with that.
So there's more knowledge then?
Yes.
Man gain.
Because man come look on the king now and know say the creator is real. Because him come in a human form, so we have to acknowledge the human standard. Then we started to get books of the king.
And see pictures.
Yeah, so we realized because the way we born Pope, maybe at that time that we're going to know say I visit the Pope, we could all start think one way.
Yeah.
Trust me. Because we born the Pope and we born...
And seeing the greatest joy is when his man to come to Jamaica. You see him physically.
It's like, it's really a biblical fulfillment,
when his
majesty tried.
Give me a local experience where you experienced that time.
I as a youth never know nothing about Rasta.
See.
We witnessed the Karagana incident from Canterbury and brethren around us tell us. And when we left come a Rosites, we come back elders, we got through it and them show with their experience. When I and I's Year of the King visit to Jamaica, it was our said mother who said, come, Rasta God, come.
See your mother?
Yes.
Who despise Rasta?
Yes.
I tell you.
Yes. So we are going to see Rasta God.
We are going to
see who is this Rasta God. So the gospel of Rasta make the visit more, what I call the word now, exciting.
Or splendid.
Exciting.
Yeah, man. Joyful.
Authentic.
Yeah, man.
The fighters and the rebellious coming out in them thousand more and Rasta.
To witness.
To witness.
It is really a God for true.
If to see this God that these men are speaking about.
When go come with my man.
Yeah,
when
God.
like
Them one, so their curiosity, you know. They even they show them say, boy, we have to be more wider.
To see him.
And to pick up senses of the presence. So you can see the type of come out in a brethren.
Man.
So a lot of people they on tree limb and not even Rasta to in a brethren.
Oh, they want the first eye.
I want to see this man that them say is God.
They don't want to read it in a paper or see it on a
No.
camera.
Some man all upon limb and house type. No Rasta.
They have to see for
They
themselves.
have to see for themselves. That I could remember my old lady lift me up.
To make you see.
To make me see. Because I was little youth.
So what you see now?
And him say, behold. Say Rasta God there. I say Rasta God. And you know as a youth when you tell a youth something, feel brain and mind
You're
and
clicking.
eye is so clicking.
Yeah, man.
That when I go so bam and look for Rasta God I look straight in my eye.
Imagine.
That I hold that as a youth from
man.
that time.
It's your memory.
Yes.
He talk to you.
As a youth, I see Rasta God look for me. He did this big crowd and looking at a man at a
I was looking at you.
I was looking at me. And I grew up with that memory, Ras Flako. Until I come take the faith and they tell brethren, say, I listen last time they look for me.
And I tell you
every
something.
man now starts say the same thing. I say, what? Man say, yes, every man that look for me looking at them. That is an experience of every man. Every man that look at the king said the king was looking at them.
Woke up themselves.
So I said, wow, this thing not ordinary. That as you know, some of you who know when rise as Rasta, start giving the experience, not being Rasta neither, you know. At the time, you know.
Something
but was
happened.
fighting all of you, tell me saying fight and go really as a...
You have to see.
Yes, 13-year-old youth, David said run from and sure become a being.
You must see.
He must see. So that one see.
Yes.
They want to see
The
that.
excitement, the energy.
Yeah. So I man look and see, say it is a fulfillment of prophecy of the coming of Christ.
True. Multitudes.
Multitudes of the holy.
And mixed multitude too.
Sure, Rastafari. And then, what's what happened now? It was the only state visit in the world of a head of state to a country that the common people broke the rank
Yes.
of the security to take the airstrip.
Bro, the protocol, everything.
Running on the airstrip in multitude, not one the Rasta.
Everybody.
In that excitement.
To see what this God is like.
What? God come, Rasta God come.
You must see.
I him come in a plane. Ooh, we coming like we go help carry in the plane too. And there's those people who not hearing the king, you know. So what was so significant about this individual, that even the unbelievers was so excited to even lift up the king too and carry him on the plane.
But they had to believe on that day. Many unbelievers became believers.
Unbelievers also have their own say. Even the police, when they brutalized Rasta, I met a police. He said, boy, he come in like all my heart changed.
Oh.
And I become so humble and feel so worthy to even open the door or stand at the step to salute when him coming up on the platform. Police are that.
It's a change of hearts.
It's a change of hearts. You know? So
Give thanks.
but when I look on it, I say, I put it in the chronology today after my experience and observation, because these memory live with us.
Of course. Forever.
Yeah, so we put it in perspective while we bridge the gap within the personal, visible, modern age of man and that spiritual realms of the Most High. To see that Haile Selassie visit us in Jamaica was a fulfillment. And when I reason with my elders now and heard what was the significance before he came, and they that experienced 1961 mission and 63 atrocity with the second mission, I really put it together within myself as a chronology and fulfillment, as Christ was in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights.
True.
So was I with Selassie in Jamaica.
True.
For 3 days and 3 nights.
See? 3 days and 3 nights.
Fully, because he left at the 4th morning at 9 a.m.
the 3rd day, Montego Bay.
Right. So I see that now as the Son of Man in the heart of the earth to redeem his people from death.
Exactly.
Because Rastafari were crucified. Because a lot of one who come to the turnout of the visit of the High Majesty never touch road, you know. Because them hid from the face and the brutality.
Hills.
Yeah. If they even push out, them push in.
See.
They never feel free to chat up on the street.
They were
among
welcome.
people. No, because they feel it, brethren. Of all people, because even priest time
See.
told us that within his time, them have to travel on train line if they want to move from town to town.
Point to point.
And
Night.
if them touch street, you have people who come out and block the street. That them take it when rain a fall.
People have to stay inside.
Yeah, and him say rain a yield and him take the street. And when them look people come out and spot him.
Even in the rain.
Him not the rain and hold hands together.
Can't pass.
Can't pass. And him say him have to move. And him say the Psalms of the prophecy. Why do the heathen rage? And the people have imagine a vain things of the earth. And them say, wow, a Psalms him a repeat. And him a hot and him say the way just open. Like the Red Sea. And say, go through Rasta man. You know, so you kind of block up the prophecy.
Man,
and then it's like them feel the seriousness
of him.
When them a block them word, they like them a go drop dead. So them have to go through. So the Bible was the defense of the ancient ones. That
so we really, that's a very good point, because they have many ones burn the Bible. Say the white man lie, condemn the Bible. So that's a very good point to put out, knowing that the foundation of the movement is biblical.
Yes, and even within the burning of the Bible with the Rasta man, you notice that these words reach the king, or the king has seen and know what are mumbling and grumbling. And him even say, we in Ethiopia,
the oldest version,
have one of the oldest version of the Bible. And however old the version may be, whatever language
one and the same,
it may translate within, the concept remain one and the same. And there is no doubt, you all read in the Bible, in the Acts of the Apostles, of how Philip baptized the Ethiopian official, which is the first Ethiopian on record to have followed Christ.
Exactly.
And for myself, I glory in the Bible.
And also he acknowledged Jesus the Christ.
Yes, and he even say, man saw all his inspiration crumbling before him, and he know not where he is drifting. He is perplexed.
True.
But he must now realize that the Bible is his refuge and the rallying point for all humanity.
And his hope for salvation.
And his hope for salvation. So for my part, I glory in the Bible.
And that seal.
Yes. And we never know them things that till when we becomes more mature and seeing speech of Bible.
So the king already spoken.
Yes.
Rastafari.
So when we look on them things, you know, we have to say, careful, you know. Yet man who burn the Bible, I could understand them too. So they are my brethren. And then burn the King James and him look a thing.
It's a stage.
It's a stage. But I within myself know, say my duty, I have to explain to my mother and my father the concept of Rasta who were Christian and believe in God. And I had a brethren them now, parents, because my yard was one of the yard where enough of the youth them have to come. Because I was a one son of a mother. And lot of the brethren them can't gather for them mother yard. Come out of the yard and them hug around. And when them come to my yard, my old lady would even tolerate. And then I and I as Rasta youth at an early stage Ras Flako never burn herb. Even with the hills of plant herb, we not smoke herb. So much smoking no go on my gates. Yet smoking usually go on. And the mother will say, boy, one thing, you know, me not going to tolerate the ganja smoking. But if me watch the ital pattern, everything I want. You know?
So in the Iyah, because he's a herbal man and medicinal man, tell us how do you get inspiration to do medicinal herbs and to prepare medicines and healing?
You know, say, within the trad, we realize, say, we didn't even know, say, living a ital trad was more like a medicinal healing trad to the temple. We didn't live it as a natural way of life. But when we come out the road now and realize, you know, we have to start, look dollars out of Babylon. Because one of the things with the hills again too, you know, when we did in the hills that live over Haitians, you know, men and people begin to fight with. Because one of the time of my experience, I plant herbs, which is ganja. and sell to the world to get the money, because we don't want to beg nobody nothing. So even though we burn the system, we have a way to make sure we have a bucket.
Yeah, man, something sustenance.
They say rain and every day rain go fall. Parents always tell you that. So we have the money for whatever bucket is needed.
Of course.
If we even want a man to chop the place and work,
we can pay.
We can pay. There I see it. So even within them fullness, you know, and we see it up in the hill now, we realize I and I as ones and ones now have a look at economics. Strength of one.
Which is natural.
Yeah, so we plant the herbs and now one and one now we see our progress within the gaining of the material then and becomes envy of I and I. Remember when the world run left with ganja, the Rasta man protect it.
Yes, of course.
So the income, when they come in now, foreigner they come in, they look this heap of herb now. Within them, I was there in the 70s.
So if we talking about otherwise not the traditional herbs now for medicine now?
No, so it may show the eye now. So when we see the gain, you know, people head up now, burn down with places. Because I left my hills to go to deal with some herbs. When I come back, my herbs in my vineyard gone.
Okay.
Because Rasta man wasn't a violent man. So you couldn't come cut things with the violent self and take it away. And when Nancy say I and I still did it, I will go out again, go look for food and come in. Man, lift the rooftop.
Oh, guess gone.
Yes. And go say, go see where you go sleep now. Gone with all my trash. Mash up pot. So there was nothing. So them oppression they will come up and
see it.
And man, we all set cow in your vineyard.
Oh no, and trample it.
Trample it. So when you look and come back fire and see all your vineyard down, you drop down.
Oh no. Yeah, destroy.
You have to take bed. You all them place a week.
True, because some labor you put in.
Yeah. You realize now we have to left the jungle. And touch the Babylon tar now.
See.
And we realize that boy, if you touch the Babylon tar, come in like a we in Africa and let the people they say, see we are.
Okay.
I still live.
And we still there.
So we start the road economics now. When we start sell the iron upon the road, crush every nut, red, gold and green tam, and we start to need
industry.
End up in a football. What other football, Siba football, you know, the whole heap of Rasta football, Iran man start move and start in the whole thing, the music they run, some festival, some splash go start.
Okay.
By 1979.
Different
economic, Rasta start flowing now, the high-tall food cooking come a road. And I say, man,
so you use your knowledge from hills and make your medicinal herbs then?
So when we there road and see what they go on now during the sun splash time, you know, Montego Bay was Christmas when the sun splash
Of course, I remember.
Red, gold and green, like, wow, whole Jamaica come and
yeah, man, a Rasta something.
Yeah, a Rasta something. And we realize that people are sick.
Okay.
Because to protect our health at the time and the knowledge from a written time, you know, I and I in a Mobile, one of the first set of youth, them whole book, we deal with health, you know, which was called Back to Eden.
Yeah, man, we have one.
And we hold that from the 70s.
See,
a little green one, which I did as a college man would have find certain books and come in with it. So build a creature, all of them, what other youth are up, so right, so Rosa I said usually come sit in, you know. And we reason and read and the knowledge I got through with the whole health livity, you know. So we learn that health consciousness now when they tell me about, boy, you know, I'm sorry, you know, I'm going on nature. We read.
Okay.
We started to read and learn the herbs them and our old people them always know the first one start showing the bush.
Okay, identify them.
And so you see the bush there, from your little girl with they use it for coal. And we say, why name? And he tell me the name, we run, go search it in the book.
See, if you
and
make
get
sure.
more knowledge of it.
Okay.
Man like Iyah. Was one of the ancient man, the first man them receive with Martha.
Okay, to beat that the juice.
So beat the juice and we drink green juice. So now we gonna know about green juice. Because there was no blender.
At that time.
So the grater and the Martha was with blender.
Yes.
So we beat the green juice, bring out the green juice and sip it and beat with cane and ring the cane juice as we sweet now.
Yeah, of course, the sugar.
Yes, and them thing there. Because sometimes, man, when they sip honey, you know, but another time when we go look and sleep at dead bees in a honey again, we say, wow,
no,
you know, no dead thing around here.
Yeah, a real thing.
We ban all honey. So it was only ripe banana and the cane juice. We beat with cane, set up with squeezer and run with ital juice. So they leave it there when they blaze through the eye all the time. But within the herbal thing now, when we see the people them out there they sick now, we say, boy, look like we have to go really start share our knowledge. So we started to search for the herbs them, gather the herbs them, learn more about the herbs them, see more book about the herbs, because there was no internet for research.
No, right. So we do your own experiment.
From the whole people to the books. So Jethro calls as an Indian now, was the man, and the book they when they move within them time there. And we learn about the herbs them till we go back Crichton data.
Oh.
I and G go now buck up, he come from town and they deal with him cassette.
Okay.
And him start learn the Livity of vitality in a mobile. And then him just draft the herbs stuff.
Same way.
And say, boy, cassette now go on with nothing, you know.
Then go study group.
Yes, and him just chart to the earth to the established street side university.
Okay, good, we know about that.
Even I said period that time the eye come in.
Yes.
Because them time that they are with their school and then we are there. Yeah, and this so now we the street university because we are just slump on the corner.
See.
And then this brethren now DJ when come in with one university, street university.
Oh yes, remember.
Yeah. So in them time then now we just realize we are going to heal the people. And that's how we started.
We give thanks, what's your global message now to the Rastafari community?
Well, we hear about some global Rastafari movements we call Global Conference recently.
Yes.
We don't know much about them, but brethren we travel kind of give us some insight. Up the first night after me and the reason we get a text from a brethren on a WhatsApp group. I tell her about what I go on and enough little things.
Okay.
So I say, I don't know if brethren and brethren don't realize the effort that the king has already been made within his mission to earth, that he has accomplished certain works with blueprint where if you follow. Because I did even say to the eye when the eye tell me about Shashamali, now you been the tabernacle. Say remember there was a blueprint.
There was a blueprint of
from that time.
About Shashamani.
About Shashamani when they go the 1991,
yes,
92. Because I think they will set up the centenary committee.
From that time.
With Solo, Benji, and them ones there.
And the bar them.
Yeah, so they were no. So there was a blueprint
for it.
The tabernacle should not be built in the first place there, so.
Yes, in that
and
that
man
side.
go lie down for name bulldoze and they know we want bulldoze.
It's a long time, many
years.
A
man lie down because there was a video with a man in China who lie down before the chapter, you know.
True.
Where the people are demonstrating and the tractor couldn't go over him.
True.
So they must learn that they
remember uprising.
And go lie down before bulldozer, so the tabernacle didn't bull. And I remember brethren who go to Ethiopia come back like Ras Igie. He'd make a statement that there is a victory for the brethren will lie down and prevent the tabernacle from
but it was only for a time.
So at this time now, the development was still working after the blueprint of His High Majesty.
See. Because it's permanent.
Yeah, so for sure say what the king has put there, it still have to continue. So it was disobedient from that time with our brethren that His Majesty did set the Ethiopian World Federation, the land grant, you know. And brethren of this faith, Rastafari say, a God land. So he don't want no rule and no draw line around nothing, so he just have him own way.
In the true sense of the message is obedience to Haile Selassie teaching.
Yes.
And read more of what His Majesty says.
Yes.
And don't be careless Ethiopians.
You reach a stage where knowledge has been more increased, and even the age of time put certain things within man. Because we are in the Aquarian age, which is the spiritual age. So man must become more knowledgeable and more obedient to the Creator. So therefore, I must be in agreement in one something, you know. But I have to know say the I have to live. And I have to live. So maybe now I have to go live side by side with the I with what I do agree with. As His Majesty taught us, we must learn to live side by side with others. And
the colonizers.
So other faith would mean other beliefs. No, sir?
True.
So therefore, these things are what we take as the message within Iyah. So we have to take more note of what the King says. Is it what he says is a command to us today to be prosperous? Or does he, what he said is not for us, is for someone else?
See.
Or should we do? We have to go make that decision in ourselves.
True.
So I see what the King said as something for I to be obedient to. And careful of how I disregard it.
See.
Because some man want to disregard it, you say, oh, we know what the King says so. And in good I say, I know the King says so.
See.
But I and I know, say, in the reality of life, in those days, you couldn't jump say things where a man say, you could get so.
So in that light, Ras Igie, it is good to give that reminder that walk in the footsteps of Iyah Selassie and live clean, that I works this feet.
Yeah.
Rastafari. Will you give a prayer?
Well, listen, let the word of Iyah mouth and the meditation of Iyah heart be acceptable in the sight of the Most High, O Iyah Selassie, and Empress Mene, our mother and father in creation, that walks uprightly as example for us to follow as human being, globally, as he says, until the philosophy that was one race superior and another inferior. Until the color of a man's skin has no more significance than the color of his eye. To us this faith, all men are equal to glorify and honor the Almighty Creator of heaven and earth. So let I keep that love and keep that guidance within ourselves and know to respect each other, whether they are of your belief or not, whether they live like you and eat like you, yet we know there are rules and regulations that we must follow. What the Almighty said, that certain unnormal behavior we should not follow. So we will still know how to separate ourselves from the ranks. But I say, I love universal.
Rastafari.
Rastafari.
Aye.
Blessed.
Thanks.